Shalom Acres. Doesn't seem very often we're doing videos inside the house, and especially usually in the evening time. Most of the time it seems like we're outside unless my wife Stephanie's doing one. But what we received in the mail today was from an American homestead, the seed carousel, which started from Go for Green Living. I think they sent it out in early January, and we were the ninth homestead that actually received it. I think it started with Big Bear Homestead. It's gone through several other families and then got to an American homestead, and then Zach sent it over to us. So before we go ahead into what we're going to put in and what we're going to take out, I'd like to go through here because it's been interesting to watch the evolution of this, because I saw that from the very beginning what was put in versus what's in here now, and it's neat to see how that all transpires. So we've got a couple different varieties of okra. I think there's even red okra in here. We've got some crookneck squash, we've got papaya, we've got black valentine beans, we've got basil, spinach, purple hull peas, some tobacco, some popolo, some loofah gourds, and then we've got some orange cosmos, which is a flower, the birdhouse gourd, alderman peas. I think we've got some parsnips, some of the original onions that were here, and I think a little bit of turmeric, sunchokes, some of the seeds that were originally put in. I think J&J Farms sent some borage, and then there's some what do we have up front there? We've got Henderson beans, and then we've got J&J Farms put in a nice rose, and then we've got a couple sweet potatoes. So pretty good little giddy bag here. It's kind of nice. So we'll talk about what we're going to put in first. So here on our homestead, we're trying to grow things that we just really enjoy and grow well. So we'll start with the spaghetti squash. It's just a great addition to our family. Our family tries to eliminate all white flour if at all possible. So we actually use a spaghetti squash where some people would use noodles or other things like that. We really don't use noodles at all in our house. So this is a great addition to have spaghetti squash. Plus they're a great keeper, which goes real well with our root cellar. Patty pans, white patty pans, they're just real easy. You can cut them up, kind of fry them up in a pan, or you can cut at the tops and put them in the oven with some butter, and they just taste great. And finally, one that my wife uses a lot is the sweetmeat squash. We actually use it for pumpkin. It produces a really nice size. And the part that's really good about it is, you know how some pumpkins, the skin on them, the flesh isn't real big, and when you're cutting it out, it feels like you're actually doing, more work than what you're getting. This sweetmeat, our friends turned us on to this up north, and these are just amazing. Really thick sidewalls. One that we got this year, my wife did 18 quarts out of that as far as canned, and we use it for chili, we use it for breads, just many different things. It's just wonderful. And the final thing we're going to add, which hopefully families will enjoy at the end, this is actually a white sweet potato. These are something that we've had for the last couple of years. They've been a great addition to our homestead, and in so many ways they're a lot easier to harvest and pick. So they'll still run out, and send other ones down, but when they send them down, they typically just put them straight in the ground. So wherever you put your plant, if your plant's right here, they'll actually form a base of anywhere from like 5 to 8 right around there. And last year we got a real good harvest on these. For every plant we put in, we actually averaged about 8 pounds back in return. So hopefully these will be a welcome addition to the next family that would, if they like those, or go back to Go for Green Living. So what we've decided here on our homestead to take, we decided we're going to take tobacco, mainly for one reason. Nobody here smokes or anything like that, but we're really looking at the same reason that Zach mentioned for why he has it, is for his animals. So we have a good regimen for worming on our homestead, but if something really happened and we didn't have the availability to get diatomaceous earth, or if apples didn't come in that year and we weren't able to make our own apple cider vinegar, we'd have a problem. So I think having a backup plan with the tobacco is a really good idea. And then after that, we kind of have a tough choice. It was kind of down to the spinach or the popolo. spinach because it really enhances our salads, but the popolo because we eat a lot of Mexican dishes and we have a lot of salsa. So we weren't sure. But after I conferred with Luke and Aunt Stephanie, she said, let's go with the popolo. It'll be a welcome addition to our herb garden. And it sounds like it's pretty easy to come back every year. So we're going to take the tobacco and the popolo. And the other thing that we're probably going to just take a few seeds on is this birdhouse gourd. Just an amazing little gourd. The seeds on it are just so neat. They look like the tab on your zipper. So I've never seen a seed like it. So we're going to try that. Have a little fun with that here on the homestead. And hopefully at the end we'll create an opportunity for some birds to live through the winter. So I think I may have gave it away a little bit earlier. What we've decided to do with this, as far as where we're going to send it next, is we're going to actually send it down to Deep South Homestead. They've got a lot of great things going on there. Hopefully some of these plants will allow them to do something a little different. And I'm not sure, but who knows, maybe they'll even be able to do the papaya down by them because I think it's going to be a little bit warmer. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I think pretty much covered it all. I believe after Deep South, it will actually go back to Go for Green Living. So the one thing I just want to say at the end is I really appreciate what Go for Green Living did here. I think they did an awesome thing. It's great to see the evolution of this, so I'd encourage you to go to their website on YouTube and actually look at the full playlist, because I think it's just amazing to see how people are, one, taking some things out, adding some things back, but hopefully this is really in the good spirit of sharing and growing each other, because it just feels wonderful to see how this sharing can go on and happen, because I really do feel it's a big world, but if we all come together, we'll continue to make it smaller, and I think we'll get our gardens in better shape that much faster. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful night. Shalom.